Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Starting to get a little chilly around here. I'm going to have to put a heater out here in this bus. But anyway, I'm going to be talking a lot about draining the swamp. Um, it's a big thing. Um, like I say, you can't, if you have an area, get down to the very basics. You have an area and it's swampy. You have snakes, you have alligators, you got a bunch of stuff, and there's just no way you can develop. There's no way you can improve on this land. Now, you can say, well, this, and I've heard this before. Well, this is God's land, and this is the way God wanted it. Well, you can look at it that way, but the reality is, we as humans have to evolve. We have to develop. We have to improve. Otherwise, we can't live together. We'll be killing each other, kind of like the swamps. This is what's happening, and what it is, the United States government is, I wish it wasn't, but the United States government is looked at as a leadership to the people. Now, you can tell by my lifestyle and the way I do things, I don't need a government for me to look up to and to guide me through my life. But there's a lot of people that do look at the government as guidance. And what's happened is the government is so corrupt. It is so nasty. It has focused on itself. I mean, the government officials, government employees, everything about government is focused on themselves. They're not servants of the government, servants of the people. They're not. They're just going for themselves. That's why it's so corrupt and nasty. Now, if we're going to get any development, if we're going to improve our nation, we have to drain the swamp. We have to get the snakes and the alligators and the poisonous thingies and get them out. And now you might think, well, we can build a bridge and go over this swamp. We can take a boat and we don't have to walk in this mushy, nasty stuff. But that is what you're doing, is you're just patchworking. You're going around the obvious thing you have to do, and that is to drain the swamp. Now I don't know. I know President Trump has said a lot of stuff. The reality is, he is a politician now, but he is not a career politician. That's the difference. Okay. And to be politically strong, I guess, you've got to be willing and able to say things and do things. And so far, like I say, the politicians have done their thing. Everything they can do for themselves. Like I say, they don't focus on we the people. Now, I came across from President Trump as if he is kind of like us in the way of he's got a belly full of corrupt government, unconstitutional laws, and regulations. These are all the things that make our country suffer. And it makes other countries look at the United States really bad. I mean, like I say, everybody, and I don't know about all the countries, well, all the countries I know of, they think of the United States as a bully. And I believe they are. I mean, I know the American people. They are nothing like what our government portrays. And but I say, I really believe our government is in bed with this New World Order kind of thing. I mean, they want everybody to be the same, kind of like communists. And what happens when everybody's the same, everybody is not too good a shape. Like I say, I was in Cuba, and everybody was poor in Cuba. There was no chance, no way you can get elevate yourself up unless you're part of the government. And that's what's going on in the United States. So the thing is, whatever, he says, well, he's going to build a wall, and that's going to stop illegals. I mean, everything he says is good. I mean, we have to stop illegals. He's going to Obamacare, get rid of Obamacare. That's good too. I mean, that is a communist method of government. They have to control, and what they're doing now, the communists control your water, your food, your shelter, and your health and education. Now, think about it. Government has been doing a lot of that also. I mean, they put the fluoride in the water. Food is all prepared. The regulations makes it difficult for people to grow their own food or buy grown food that they know is good. And like I say, schooling, public schools, you know how public school sucks. I can't believe, you can see the children, they're not coming out with the capability of thinking. They don't want you to think. And that's what public school is doing. They're not, the main part of living is thinking. You can't improve yourself. You can't do good unless you can think about it. And then, like I say, they try to get rid of religion. I mean, this, like it or not, I don't give a shit if you like it or not. But the United States is a Christian-based country. This is what made the United States. And if you don't like it, think about what the Christian values are, and you can see this is why the United States developed the way it did. Like I say, in 200 years, man, they did a lot in 200 years. And that's because of the Christian type of thinking. Not so much control. A lot of it is just what I talk about. Taking personal responsibility, and being moral, and that doesn't have anything to do with religion. I mean, one religion to the other doesn't make any difference. I've found people in every kind of religion that takes personal responsibility and it has morals. So that doesn't have nothing to do with it. It's the Christian base, like it or not. That's the way it is. Any other religion, they have a controlling factor in there. Kind of like what's going on in the United States with the regulations and the unconstitutional laws. So he may be able to get some of this stuff done. But if he doesn't drain the swamp, if he doesn't get rid of the corruption and the evilness that just thrives in Washington, if he doesn't do that, everything else is going to be overturned, just like I'm hoping he's going to overturn all the crappy stuff that the Obama administration has got through. And like I say, push through is what they are. And like I say, this is going to be his work, is trying to get the drain the swamp. That is a very important part that has to be done. And like I say, draining the swamp, I'm going to go into more details on how to drain the swamp. But it has to be done. Otherwise, none of this stuff is going to work. None of it will. This is Mike. NoStressMike.com.